So instead of my usual nonsense that I call an intro, here's a bit of the behind the scene information. As I've said multiple times in the past, my original idea for this series was to do random series, instead of the most recent titles. Luckily, my first 2 episodes lined up well with the modern form of the series, but the original 3rd episode was going to be this series. I even recorded the audio and started editing on the video. But I didn't like how it was developing, and there were a few mistakes in the script, meaning I needed to re-record it, and I was just like, I'll come back to that at a later date. Then I decided after the Darwin's Game review to commit to reviewing the series of 2020 instead, meaning the script fell by the wayside, and since I don't want to stress myself by trying to squeeze a Moriarty the Patriot review and possibly make a lesser video, it's time to dust off the script and review those series. In the series, our characters attend a school where your class is decided based on your test results. Additionally, funding is distributed among the classes based on those results. The highest being Class A, who gets the best supplies, with the lowest being Class F, who gets the most bare-bone materials, with these materials being faulty on top of that. But you aren't stuck with this for the rest of your school life, because students receive avatars they can summon whose power is based on your test results. So even if you are in a lower class, you can choose a topic you excel in and challenge a higher class and still win. Your class can even challenge the other classes to war, where the winners get the spoils and can force the loser to do whatever they wish. But our characters are a group of idiots in Class F, those being Akihisa Yoshi, our idiot of a protagonist, who has the worst grades in the school. This means as a punishment, his avatar reflects any pain taken back to him, because watching an idiot hurt himself is the most basic of comedies. But as a plus, his avatar can interact with the real world, which ends up being quite useful in places. You have Minami, who's a spunky friend who has a huge crush on him. Yuji is a class rep and a fellow friend, and the idiot straight man to Akihisa. Yuji is additionally being stalked by his yandere girlfriend, who happens to be from Class A. The crux of the twist is that Class F has a ace in the hole, as Mizuki, who fell ill on the test day and couldn't complete her test, is actually a super genius who gives Class F a chance to beat that dastardly Class A. Bonus points, she's also infatuated with Akihisa, meaning he's definitely going to try and woo her, meaning we gotta start to a harem. The first season is them trying to beat Class A by tackling the other classes one at a time, and season 2 is them goofing around, with episodes taking place during their summer break. For positives, I'll say that it at least tries for a decent spread of humor, even if it falls flat, which it does quite a few times. But it also tells enough at a quick enough pace that it sometimes covers for those jokes that fall flat. I would also be lying if I said I didn't laugh at a few parts, so there are at least some nuggets of humor to extract, which should be enough to pass this series as a fine comedy. But there is one ingredient that spoils the broth for me. That his characters in the LGBT+ circles have aged like milk. While it is easy to point out that you shouldn't make your one lesbian character a stalker and molester, as that character is never funny and is actually quite harmful, but your gay character is only around for the joke that, haha, he is gay for the main protagonist, and Akihisa is too dense to notice. Then there's Hideyoshi, which is a mixed bag, as on paper, he's fine, a guy that's into theater and can rock any outfit he chooses. But the constant misgendering and the highlight of his cross-dressing into fetishistic territory ruins the character for me, as it turns him into a gag character, instead of a character on the same level as Yuji or Minami, who have gags, yes, but aren't defined by their gags. But that's not even including the it's not gay as Hideyoshi joke. Before you try to activate your trap card of, well, it's a Japanese series based on a series from 2007, they're just like that and have totally improved. It doesn't excuse it. Additionally, for those who want to complain that I shouldn't consider this, I counter with this. Problematic stereotypes and characters in movies and shows stretch back to the start of cinema, but as we move forward, most of those pieces of media become awkward to watch, and thus people wane off watching them, watching pieces that are less problematic. Case in point, Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, because trying to watch that in this era is a struggle. And I can see something similar happening to Bakuden Test. There are also quite a few elements that I just don't like. There's Kota, a perverted character who's constantly taking upskirt photos with almost no karmic justice sent his way. Akihisa's sister wants to bang him, and her line that it's fine to date others as long as it's guys isn't helping your LGBT+ issues. So through modern eyes, I cannot recommend Bakuden Test. There are just too many things that turn me off this series. The only positive is that, hey, it has a character that's gender non-conforming, and if that helps someone find themselves, then it was worth it. Even if the character that inspires it isn't that positive of a representation, which is a saving grace for a lot of animes from the 2000s, with gender-bending elements. But as with comedies, that's just my opinion, and maybe the humor will vibe with you more than it did with me, and the jokes that do get you to laugh will be worth digging through the grime that surrounds it.